Hey, 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 it's me. What a rampage we're on today, eh? I look at this, all for free. How bloody amazing is that? Eh? I ask you, but it's time to share. It's time to give back. It's time to give acts of kindness out to you guys and out there by 0 viewers. I love it, but it doesn't matter because one day someone will come across this treasure trove of, I can hardly show it, these new teeth, this treasure trove of fitness advice, and they'll go, he said it all along. Why didn't we listen? Well, you can now, and I'm here. And one of the things I'm going to share with you now, if you've noticed the hat's changed, the other one was getting a little tight. So I changed to a Dodgers hat now. How wonderful is that? Okay. So basically, when people think about they must join the gym or something like that, for me as a trainer, it's great. I can have as many gym memberships as I like, and they're all 100% tax allowable. It's great. I can I can get as many gym clothes as I like, and I can just say, well, basically, it's for my business, and fair enough. I only buy the stuff that is for my business, but when it comes down to people who work in offices who say they need a gym membership, you might be paying $20 a week. That's not a lot, is it? It's just a little bit. You might derive that as a treat for yourself. If you go out on the piss, you spend more than that in one night, wouldn't you? What does $20 get you? Half a beer and a fag or something like that these days? I'm not sure. But anyway, or a cheap bottle of wine, or maybe half a kebab. I don't know, but $20 a week is good, isn't it? You get to use all their equipment and sweat all over it. And then you go back and you can just leave it on the floor, just have a shower, feel all good about yourself. But some people don't live in the city like I do. And some people don't have access to gyms. It makes life for them. They go, well, what do? I don't know what to do. Do I buy a treadmill? What do I do? A cross trainer? Do I get one of these multi-stations for working out at home? Or what equipment should I get to be able to sustain my health? And the truth is, it doesn't have to be crazy. No, not at all. It's something that's really, really simple. Now, fundamentally, look, I'm going to say, and this applies to people who have no illnesses, who are perfectly good to go, who don't have to worry about getting advice from specialists. Now, if that's you, don't listen to me. Go to your specialist and listen to them. And if you want to bring that back and then we can talk about it, that's different. But always talk to a specialist before you do anything. But if you're a general well-being person and you've got nothing wrong with you and your goals are very generic insofar as you just want to stay a little bit healthy, get your heart rate up, make sure you're doing some stuff that's beneficial, something that's a common ground for everybody, well, you'd be glad to know you don't need a lot of equipment. No. You don't need to go out and buy thousands and thousands of dollars of fancy machines or things endorsed by celebrities or whatever you like. You really just need to focus on two things. Simple exercise routines that are just about challenging for you, that have room for improvement, that can be modified. And the other side is the hydration and nutrition. Now, some of the other videos that we've talked about, it's best that you do go back and watch those rather than me going through that all again now, because this video is going to just focus on what it is I need to buy. And there are maybe a handful, I think off the top of my head, that I would say are the most important. Now, the first one, the very first thing you need to get for yourself is this, a water bottle. And you can buy them from wherever. Now, there are ones that cost like $3 or $1, or you can get them in a pound shop, I suppose. But don't buy it. It's going to kill you because the plastic isn't special plastic. And it's more likely to release chemicals back into the water, which could have an adverse effect on you. They're starting to do big studies on that, and they say it's not safe. Get a nice bottle, you can drop it, you can use it, it will serve you. A glass one is good. If you're clumsy, don't buy a glass one. I got an aluminium one. The plastic ones just keep breaking. I paid $20 for this. It was on special offer. Obviously, nobody wanted it, but I have made very good use of it. It's the biggest thing that you're going to need ever for your fitness, a water bottle. You must take it everywhere with you, even when you're not exercising. You must have it with you. It's like your sword. It will protect you. It will keep you hydrated, and you must fill it up. You can't just fill it up once in the morning and leave it somewhere. You have to keep on filling it up. Have those little breaks through the day. I mean, people have fag breaks, right? So if you go for a fag break, somebody goes off for a fag break, you can go for a water break. You can fill up your water bottle and go for a 15-minute break. I don't know if you could get away with doing 5 of those a day at work, but hey, you know, try your luck. You never know. It could solve some other problems for you if you're unhappy with your job. Anyway, so the first thing you need, $20, is going to be a reasonably priced and safe water bottle, which is going to keep you hydrated. Following on from that, the second thing that I always tell people to do, and of course, some people won't be able to do skipping, but skipping is the most demanding exercise that you can do in your home gym, I would say, on a consistency basis. Now, in places like Kmart, you can buy a skipping rope for $3. So $20 for your bottle, $3 for your skipping rope. We're doing all right, $23. That's 1 week's gym membership. Okay, so now we have to start thinking about how we work that. Now, the skipping is 3 times more demanding than running, which moves us on to the third thing. We'll call it gym attire, right? Now, again, look, I love working out with no t-shirt on because there's so sweaty, and I do a lot of outdoor stuff, and it ends up being like some clingy kind of plastic around your body. So for me, any old dirty thing will do, and I'm usually taking that off because I want to be able to move freely. But cheap pair of shorts, cheap t-shirt, and the cheapest, shittiest shoes that you can get. You don't have to get the expensive ones. You have to get something that is comfortable, that doesn't give you blisters, that does not inhibit your movement, okay? Now, if you're gonna do specialized running, then you're gonna have to get specialized shoes. That's a given, okay? But if you're just gonna do general fitness, and you're going to work within a small parameter, and it's a limited amount of fitness, get stuff that meets your needs. Don't go above budget, just trying to find something because you have to go and buy the $150, $200 pair of shoes. That's not necessary. You can buy the cheaper ones, okay? They will do just as good a job as the expensive ones. And if you find that you get better, and you want to add more time to your fitness, then you can go and buy an upgrade as you would do anything logically, okay? So maybe another $30, $40 if you're going to those same places I mentioned before and buying the cheaper variations, or if you generally, most people do have shorts and t-shirt at home. Okay, water bottle, skipping rope, the clothes, something light, something that matches the weather. Obviously, you're not going to go out in the snow with your shorts and t-shirt on. You can if you like, it's up to you, but I wouldn't advise it because it'd be a lot harder to get your heart rate up and the heat up to be able to enjoy it. You know, some of us do that. You know, I work out in the winter in the cold. I know I'm going to get nice and warm. As long as it's not wet and windy. I can do wet and I can do windy, but I can't do both together. I must admit, I find that hard. Cold, we don't really have the snow here in Australia, but hey, never mind. Now, the fourth thing is most people do have a phone these days, and phones have timers on them. You don't have to buy a stopwatch. I have a stopwatch because I train people, and if I didn't have a stopwatch around my neck, they'd just think that I was some loony out in the park, you know. So people see the stopwatch and think, you must be a trainer. And obviously then it all fits together, but you don't need to buy a stopwatch. But I know you can buy them for $5 if you want something standalone. They'll give you a little beep, beep, beep. Or you can download the apps for your phone, which is really important. So you can get those for free. My goodness, from the Apple Store or wherever your Android store is. I'm not sure how that works for people on non-Apple products because I'm an Apple person. So those are now, we've got your skipping rope, your water bottle, not in the same order, your clothes, and a stopwatch. Now, you can get a resistance band if you want to, but I would say at this stage, you're pretty much set to go. You don't have to have a complex set of exercises. What you have to do is exert yourself to a level that is challenging each day for 30 minutes. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Now, a lot of the exercises that you should be doing are based on basic or primal pattern movements. Now, those are things that you can discover on the internet. Now, if you Google those, and with the joy of YouTube, you can see people doing those exercises. So what are they? Push, pull, bend, squat, lunge, and rotate. I'm going to say again, push, pull, bend, squat, lunge, and rotate. Basically, 6 movements over 3 planes of movement. Forwards and back, side to side, and rotational, okay? And they all have their own names, so we won't go into that. If you want to Google other videos, I'm not going to put up exercise videos just yet because it's not necessary. This is the stuff that goes between all those videos. So I would Google, for example, primal patterns, and then take that from there, or alignment principles and core activation. Those are the things that we need to be thinking about. These things are all absolutely fundamentally free. They're things you're going to learn. Now, if you want to have a small workout in your garage, providing the ceilings are high enough, there's nothing on the floor to make to keep snagging your rope, you can do it out in your driveway, you can do it in the park, you can do it on the pavement, you can do it on the road outside your house, you can do it anywhere there's an open enough space for you to be able to do it. So what you're going to do for your cardio, there's a number of different things you can do. If you feel you're good enough, you can go for a small run. And the way I tell people to do this, if they're starting and they're confident in running, they have no pathologies associated with that, is to run 15 minutes with your timer, start, 15 minutes one way, 15 minutes back, 30 minutes, and stop just there. Basically, that's going to be enough for one workout. Now, you don't want to do that every single day because you're going to want to involve other elements of fitness involved in there. So from there, you have one workout. Now, each day, instead of making it longer, so you don't go 20 minutes the next day, 20 minutes back, you try and get further. So in the first one, you take a note of where you got to, and then you try and get back in the next 15 minutes in the same time. Obviously, you'll be more exhausted, and by getting back on time, you know that you've got the same level of exertion each way. But being humans, we want to join up these dots and get better. So within the first week, you might find if I ran as far from home to the post office on the same route on the way back, if I followed the same route the next day, and I got another block further down, it means I'm making a bit of progress. Now, we are contagious, and when it comes down to humans are making progress. This is where people start to jump forward a little too fast, and they don't enjoy the process of getting better. So by going a little bit further, or walk, run. If you can't run, walk one block, run one block, use lampposts, use markers to be able to change that. Then you do the same thing. It's all dependent on time. Now, here's the big thing about this. A sip of water, and here we go. Pretty much basic physics suggests that it takes the same amount of energy to shift your mass over a certain distance running as it does walking. Now, the only difference is time, okay? It takes 15 minutes to walk there. If you're doing a distance-based thing and 15 minutes to get back, it should have taken the same amount of energy. Now, if you walked it, you would have used the same energy in both directions. It's the distance that's consistent, the time that changes, sorry. So everything you do, if you run it, or if you walk that distance, if you walk 3 kilometers or run 3 kilometers, the basic laws of physics suggest that it takes exactly the same energy to do so. The only difference is that you have a different period of time. So what we're looking at here is continuing to keep the same period of time, but trying to squeeze in a little bit more and being strict with that. 15 minutes, run as far as you can. And now my second objective is to get back to point A and to see if I can do that. If I can consistently do that over the course of a few days, then you can go ahead and up your ante, go a little further and see if you can get back within those 15 minutes. That's how you know you're making progress. So this is the first thing. That all you needed was your bottle of water. You don't have to take that with you. To be honest with you, I really, really don't like people running with water. It's 15 minutes there. It's 15 minutes back. It's going to slow you down. You won't be able to swing your arms. You'll be more worried about holding your water, and you will be focusing on doing the run or whatever it is. Leave it at home. When you get back, you can have a nice big glass of water. The worst case scenario, keep $5 in your pocket. You have to buy some water out, and it won't happen because it's 30 minutes, people. 30 minutes, leave your water at home. If you're going to run a half marathon, you want to take water with you, okay, that's fair enough, but you don't have to take it with you. You got that? So when you get back home, have some of your water. That's your workout. The next day, skipping. 3 minutes of skipping. 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Now, there's a whole bunch of different basics and high knees and alternate footstep and fancy steps that you can do. Now, Google those. Google alternate footsteps, different skipping techniques. You'll come up with Buddy Lee's list of 1,000 different variations. Stick with the ones you feel comfortable with to begin with, which are basic bounce, alternate footstep, high knees, back shuffle, all the common ones. Give them a whirl, but try and stick with 1 minute of skipping with 1 minute in between, then go again and do 3 sets of 1 minute. Then you can add in some of your primal pattern movements, okay? So things like push-ups, lunges, squats, yeah? and build up a little workout from that. Now, specifically, that's when a trainer comes in handy, right? Because they take you out of the wilderness where all these wild exercises, all these different things are running around, making things complicated. And what do I do? What's right for me? Very good question. Okay, simple home workouts don't need to be complicated. They need to be filled with variety, but more specifically, what's right for the individual. So if your objective is to add weight, to build muscle, then you might find that you do need to go to a gym and that you might be better off not working at home. But in the meantime, you know that even on some weight gain exercises or programs that you're doing, you still need to have elements of cardio in there. So basically different phases of that training program. So you could still benefit from having these really basic pieces of equipment on hand and having the focus and determination to apply it consistently and not to make excuses to say, I can't get to the gym. Not good. That's just not an excuse. You can still do push-ups on a chair. You can still do step-ups. You can still do some squats and lunges. You can still have a little skip or go for a walk. You can go for a walk, run, and you can focus on your hydration. And then you can cross that off in the fridge. And after 7 days of doing that, consistently exercising, eating well, thinking about stuff, you'll find that things have changed. And once you strike that first victory, it leads to the second victory, which will be the next week when you change things again. And it doesn't have to be something that you slaughter yourself with, because the reason most people's willpower goes out the bloody window is because they've overdone it. They've tried to run further than they should have done. They haven't enjoyed the process of getting stronger, the recovery, the eating part. They're saying that this is okay, I don't need to overdo it. So those small pieces of equipment, if you want to buy hand weights and stuff like that, you can go ahead and do it. I would be more inclined to say to buy a small medicine ball off of eBay, or to use something that is, you can make yourself. You can buy a sack from one of these DIY places and fill it with sand. It doesn't have to be something $50 for a medicine ball when you can use something of a regular shape that's equally distributed. That's important. That's why medicine balls are so popular, because the weight is equally distributed. But as long as you have a good grip and you can do it, you might have something that's heavy, that has a good center of gravity, that won't pull you over, that allows you to perform safely. Those things are also very functional. You don't need to have a complicated array of fancy equipment in order to have a home gym. It's not something that's going to serve you in the long term, because things become too complicated and you lose out on the simplicity of what it is you're trying to achieve, which means the same thing over and over again, increasing the intensity and duration sometimes, not all the time, just in duration, and how many squats you can get into a particular time frame rather than increasing the time frame itself. This way, and you'll feel better. For example, burpees, jumping burpees with a medicine ball progress from a normal burpee. If you can't do a burpee, you would regress that down to the components of a burpee, which you can do at home. In the French Foreign Legion, when they say they're cold, it's okay, 10 burpees. You still cold? Okay, 10 more. So soon get that, because they're such effective exercises. It's a whole body exercise, which gives you so many different components of your primal movements, that these are the things that you can do and still achieve really good results without a trainer, so long as you're happy to explore safely what it is your body is capable of, and basically therefore enjoy those elements of discovery. You're taking all of this and you're learning how to apply it in a way that's fun. You don't have to be a genius. Anything that's on YouTube, once you've watched it, it's yours, you own it. Now it's part of you. You can do exactly what you want with it, but you don't have to worry about whether it's right or wrong, or you're not doing it properly. Obviously, if it's causing you pain or there's something you're not sure about, then you have the means of contacting a professional who will address those issues with you. And if you feel like investing in something that's going to give you longevity, then go and do a course. And a course could be something that you do, a 12-week program with a trainer, like me. Basically, it's always interesting to show people how they can do things on their own. I like it. I know sometimes people want to come on an ongoing basis. Some people want to just have a bit of time to learn stuff, but you should be able to do that and find something for yourself that you can carry with you for the rest of your life. And if you can't do that with a trainer, you shouldn't be doing it with them at all. What am I going to take away from this? What's this experience going to give me other than a lighter wallet? That's the question. What's this guy giving me? What am I buying here? What am I going to stack up from this? It's going to be just a whole bunch of bullshit that as soon as I'm not paying him to throw me in the blender, everything stops. Well, what's the point? Learn. Simple equipment, experiment with it safely, and modify it and challenge yourself. What doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. Marry that up with nutrition. Keep track and learn about what calories are and what energy expenditure is. Put them together and say, oh, I see now, because I had less food here and I did more exercise, I lost weight, or I gained muscle. Do that. That's what you have to do. Do it and be mindful of what you're doing, and be kind to the fact that you're going to make mistakes. It won't all be plain sailing. It's a lot of bullshit that you have to wade through in order to get to the other side. But once you're there, you can change things and you can enjoy that for the rest of your life, okay? But if you need more specific things, specific to you, I'm Pat. It's pat@ilovept.com, and you can contact me anytime you like via this channel or through YouTube or wherever you like, and we can sit down and we can discover how it is your life could be changed on emotional, physical well-being. You know, it's all very much doable. So those are my 4 pieces of equipment basically I think you should have, and the rest is very much a simple process of just application and consistency, okay? So thank you for listening again. I think I've got one more to do today. It looks like I've got lipstick on, but I don't. Not today anyway. All right, thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again after, yeah? Bye-bye.